Do you know how common headaches are? According to WHO, 1 in every 20 adults has a headache every single day. This is a global statistic. Usually tension headaches are the worst ones. Basically tension headache means that it's coming from the neck area. The muscles around the neck get tight and then you can have a headache on one side of the head, or it could be behind the eye, or sometimes you can have them up here as well. The confusion is with a tension headache and a migraine. A lot of people think that tension headache is actually a migraine, which a lot of times it's not. A migraine headache is a chemical process, which means that there is something going on chemically wrong in the body which is causing the headache. But a tension headache is a mechanical issue, which means that the muscles in the neck, either the ligaments, the muscles, the nerves, things around in the cervical area, there is some dysfunction there and hence you have the headache. So in this video, I want to cover a few basic stretches that you could be doing as soon as you start to feel a headache coming on. This will greatly help the headache from getting worse. Again, if your headaches have been there for a very long time, you get them very repeatedly, then you should check with the doctor to find out the exact cause of them and then make sure that you treat the cause and make those go away. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Rajni Patil from Ortho Sports Physiotherapy. I'm a spine and sports physiotherapy specialist for about 19 years. My practice has been going on. My clinic is in Shivaji Park, Mumbai. So let's dive right into these headaches and talk about what are the easy exercises that you could be doing from home. There are several different reasons why you might be having a headache. The most common one is related to how you sit, either for working or for watching TV or using the phone. Any kind of excessive strain around the neck area, which could be just from leaning forward into the laptop like that, or maybe looking at one spot, like this for a long period of time, or being on the phone for a long time, or just looking down for a prolonged periods of time. Any of these can cause a headache, a tension headache. A migraine has a whole different treatment process. That's not what we are getting into here. We're only going to look at how to make this tension headache, which is also called a cervicogenic headache. Make sure that these go away. Sometimes identifying the cause of your headache becomes very crucial. Figure out why you have this headache. Figure out what postures causes it, how frequently you have them, and try to make some modifications accordingly, and that will go a long way in making sure that you prevent these headaches from coming on in the first place. Once a headache gets quite severe, it's a little bit difficult to reverse. And then people who have headaches generally say that their headaches become more and more common, they become more and more frequent. And this should not happen to you, so make sure you figure out the cause. And if you have not gotten it treated on a one-to-one personal level, either with an ortho, your family physician, or your physiotherapist, then make sure you do that. So if you are one of those who gets frequent headaches and you have figured out the cause and you have some strategy that has helped you, then make sure you leave a comment for me and let me know about that. So let's talk about what are the muscles that usually get tight. The muscles that are on top of our shoulder here and then the back of the head, these small muscles here, those are the ones that as soon as they start to get tight and stiff, they will cause a radiating kind of pain up through the head. It could be sometimes one side or bilateral on both sides. So we should try to relieve the stress from these muscles, and that helps a lot. Using an ice pack, I find that helps quite a bit. Just place it on the base of your skull here. Remember, if you have other issues going on like spondylitis and disc issues, then you should proceed carefully with some of these exercises. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you're aligned, your posture is aligned well. So catch yourself in bad postures every now and then, frequently through the day, and try to correct them as much as possible. But a simple exercise, and this is one of my favorite ones to do, and I have shown you this exercise in some of my previous videos, which was for neck pain as well. So this one is a chin tuck, and it's very simple to do, but it's also very, very effective. I show it as a prevention exercise as well as a treatment exercise. So basically a chin tuck, all it means is that you're aligning your neck really well. So you could be in this posture, so make sure you're sitting nice and straight as possible, and then all you want to do is glide your neck backwards like that. Remember, if your your nose is straight ahead, then you're doing this right. What you don't want to do is this. We're not doing a flexion move. All we're doing is a gliding backwards move. Okay, so you want to do about 10 reps of that, and this aligns your neck a lot better than when you started off with. The next exercise you want to do to relieve some of this headache is to just make sure that your neck moves a little bit, because when the neck is stiff, it just likes movement, and sometimes that alone can relieve a headache. So you want to do these movements gently and slowly. So basically you want to do side to side movements like that. About 10 reps are great. Then do some rotations. Okay, nice and slow. And then what you can do is some flexion extension. However, when you do these flexion extension moves, you want to not take it to end range. You just want to do easy, just whatever you can do, because people who have headaches can also sometimes complain of dizziness. If that is you, then you want to do this with a lot of caution. So basically you just want to do nice and slow flexion and extension, looking down and looking up. Repeat these movements about 5 to 10 repetitions. The next stretch to relieve a headache is basically stretching both these muscles up here, which are the upper trapezius muscles. So what you want to do is just go as far as you can while you keep this shoulder down. You could even tuck this hand underneath you or hold on to the chair that you're sitting on, and then go as far as you can. It will give you a really good stretch through this area. You want to hold that stretch for about 5 to 10 seconds and then repeat that on both sides, 5 to 10 repetitions. The next stretch, also really good to relieve a headache, is to basically look down like that, diagonal, and then place that hand on top of your head and then pull down. That gives a really good stretch on the side here of my neck, and that is very effective to release a headache. A couple more things that work for headache generally is to just massage around some of these spots here, because you could have some tension building up around this area. So just use your fingers like that and press really hard, and sometimes it hurts quite a bit to do that, but that also relieves a couple of pressure points around there, which are connected through the head and the cervical area, and that also can relieve your headache. So try these exercises, try these easy stretches at home. Let me know if they gave you some relief from your headache. The next time you have it, just go ahead and try them. Remember, if they are becoming more and more chronic, or if they're just not going away, then you can always consult with us or see your trusted physician or your physio and get this treated right. If you're looking at finding the right postures, how to sit while you're working from home or even at work, then you can check out the video that I have made. I will put it in the link below. Also, you can check out my neck video, which I have done for just generalized neck pain. Sometimes when you have neck pain, that also can give you a headache. So some of those stretches in there might also be useful for you. I have also linked a checklist for you down below. Just pick that up. Just make sure that you are doing everything right, making sure that your postures are correct when you are working from home, so that this can really make sure that you are not sitting in incorrect postures and hence becoming a cause for your headache. So now let me know, which of these exercises did you find useful for your headache? Put it in the comments, let me know. This will be really useful for me and the other people who are watching this video. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get these videos in your inbox every single Thursday.